Hello, I am Kathy Mila, and I'm a leadership coach and a recovering perfectionist. And I'm popping on today to share with you a little bit about what I've been thinking. I have been doing these I've been thinking videos for probably 5 to 6 years now, and I haven't done one in a while. And I decided that I was going to pre-record it because I want to put it in this group, this Facebook group, Progress Over Perfection. This is where I'm going to be putting more and more of my deeper material because I want to provide value in the group. That's really what it's all about. And so I'll give tidbits of it on other places and share with you guys all here the meat of it. And so I wanted to pop on today because, it is right now, excuse me, it's the holiday season. It's December 13th and 2021. And a lot of things have been going on. So I've been thinking about life, about death, and about legacy. And you say, oh, that sounds like a heavy topic at this time of year. And yet, there's the reality of what's going on in life. And yes, there's a lot of joy in the world. There's a lot of fun. There's a lot of laughter. And I've also noticed that there's a lot of sadness. And there's a lot of depression, and there's a lot of grief, and there's a lot of frustration, and there's a lot of stress, and there's a lot of anxiety and worry. And so I wanted to come on here and talk about today this. Several things have happened over these past several days that have really helped me want to share this with you from my heart. Now, I've had a lot of experience with death. I've had a lot of experience with life. As a nurse and nurse practitioner, I've taken care of hundreds of dying patients. I have watched adult patients die. I have been with them and held their hand as they died. I've been with families who were watching their loved ones die. I have been with parents and families who've been watching their babies die. I have held babies as they died. And I've been with friends and family with friends and family who've died, and with my friends and family who've been with family members who've died, and supported people through that and supported myself through it. And so there's been a situation, I'm not going to get into the situation, a situation of someone not really close to me, but someone close to one of my daughters who's lost someone very dear to them in the last several days. And then even out this morning, taking a walk, I meet this woman whose dog is 16 years old and not doing well. And so we had a conversation around that and what does that look like? And so there's a couple things I want to share with you. Two things I know. One is two things we are all going to experience. I know lots of things. The two things we're all going to experience: birth and death. And as I said, I've seen a lot of death and I've seen a lot of birth. I worked in the neonatal intensive care unit, so we went to a lot of deliveries. I've seen thousands of births, and I've been present to thousands of births. And you would think that maybe after all that time, I might have kind of, got complacent about it. No, I never did. I never took one of those births for granted, because they really are a miracle. Truly, truly a miracle. Thank you. Granddaughter coming in with something. Truly, truly a miracle to watch a baby being born. Yes, it is truly the miracle of life. So we've all experienced it because we're here, and then we're all going to experience death. And I know we don't like to talk about it. We don't like to think about it, but I want you to think about this piece. When we think about legacy, so I said I was going to talk about life, death, and legacy. And life is beautiful. Life is wonderful. And it's challenging sometimes. And sometimes we got a lot of things to deal with that are somewhat heavy on this earth. And we get to choose how we look at them, what our perspective of it is. And I forgot for a moment what I wanted to share with you. Here's what I want to share with you. I want you to think about your legacy. So I know when someone dies, we often think about the legacy they've left behind. So think about that. Do you know someone who's passed, who's gone on, and they left their legacy behind? How was that legacy created? Why do they have a legacy that they left behind? Because their legacy is really all about the life they lived. And so I know for me, I have been creating my legacy for decades, unconsciously, not really aware of it. Now I get to choose to be more conscious about it, more conscious and deliberate and focused and intentional and purposeful with how I want to live my life, with what I'm creating as I'm living, the last third of my life. Yes. And so that's what I want to offer to you. What are you doing do you think about that? Do you think about your legacy? Are you thinking about, maybe you don't think about your legacy, that's okay. Are you thinking about how you want to live your life each and every day? That's the important thing of this. How do you want to live your life? Just running through the motions? Just on empty, stressed out, anxious, worried, fearful, sad, depressed. Now, I know we're all going to feel those emotions sometimes, and I'm certainly not about stuffing emotions. I've done that. Don't stuff emotions, feel them, and yet decide what it is you want. You get to decide and define how you're being identified. Do you want to be identified and defined by the memories of your past or by the vision of your future? I am being defined and identified by the vision of my future. That's where I'm going. If you want to join me, stay tuned. I've got lots more to share here. So I just wanted to pop on and share these thoughts with you today because it's important. It's important that this conversation continues at some point in time. And so this is what I'm offering here in this group. Progress Over Perfection is more of me, a deeper dive into some of my experiences, what I bring to the table, and a deeper dive into you and what's going on for you, because that's really why I'm here. I am here to serve. How can I support you? I want to support you in creating this one amazing life that you've got and enjoying it. Yes, and loving it and being fulfilled and satisfied in your life. That's what I want for you. I can't make it happen for you. I can guide you to find that piece that's not helping you do that now, or to add something to your life that will help you live more powerfully, more brilliantly, more beautifully. So that's my message to you today. And I wish you happy holidays and happy New Year. And I'll be popping in here quite a bit these next few weeks. My bonus share with you today is that what I plan on doing over this next year, I got a download today, is sharing 68 life lessons, because in January I will be 68. So in January, I will have completed 68 years of life, of living on this planet. And so I'm going to share some of the lessons I've learned, and I'll be sharing them a deeper dive. I'll be sharing them out in the social media realm, and yet the deeper dive into the stories behind those lessons will be here. And so I hope you'll stay tuned. And that's my message today. Go be amazing.